Hello! I want to talk about night terrors today. That's a lovely cheerful subject, isn't it? Night terrors, I'm specifically talking here really about, have you ever had where you've woken up and you've not been able to wake up, you've known that you're completely awake but you can't get up and you just feel like something's pressing on your chest and you're just like... I've had this happen about 5 times in my life. The first time it happened, I thought it was my dead cat who had died about a week before, and I was absolutely convinced that a ghost cat had come to me in the morning. It was so very vivid and so realistic. I was just lying there. She died about a week before, and Wuzzle was her name. She was a white cat, and but she was dead at that point. And I just woke up and I opened my eyes and I just could hear her purring and purring and purring on my chest, and it was just like so loud and so absolutely horrible and terrifying, and I knew I was awake but I couldn't get this cat off my chest, and it was just pressing on my chest. It was horrible. So I was convinced that that was a ghost until it happened to me again fairly recently, about last year. I'd been working really hard in the garden, really, I was so tired, and I fell asleep on the sofa. And when I fell asleep on the sofa, when I woke up, I thought there was this terrifying old woman came through the door and she said something horrible to me, and I just couldn't get up, and I said to my flatmate Ollie, who was in the corner, because he was playing on his computer, hadn't even noticed I'd fallen asleep. I tried to say, Ollie, can you see her? What are you... And I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get up, I just really was completely... And some sort of name came to me then of what she was called. So then I thought, don't be silly. There's no ghost. This is silly. Ollie didn't see anything. Obviously, it's some sort of thing. So I looked it up on the internet, as you do. And I had heard about this thing before. Night tags. I'd heard about these. But I didn't really think that you'd actually get a hag coming and sitting on your chest and stopping you from waking up. But yes, that actually happened to me. And then it happened a couple of weeks later. I was also very tired. I fell on the sofa. I fell asleep in the same place. And the same thing happened, more or less. And it was horrible. But I sort of thought, oh, that's happened before, a bit better. And it hadn't happened for a little while. So I was all right. But then about 3 days ago, in the garden again, working, I couldn't fall asleep. Actually, I was so tired that I didn't sleep at all. I came to bed quite late and I just couldn't sleep. And then when eventually I did sleep, I had terrible nightmares. There was also just severed heads and nasty things, and which I didn't remember until I woke up, obviously, because you wouldn't. But when I woke up, what happened, right? It felt like somebody had grabbed me, some man had grabbed me from behind, and I went to sort of smash him. And I woke up and I was in my bed and I was like, and I went to swear at him to get, and I was absolutely awake, but I was like, there was a rumple of my, I was in this bed, a rumple of bed clothes, and I was like, I couldn't get up, I couldn't do anything, and I was like, and obviously I didn't actually say anything, although I tried to swear at him, and then I was like, oh, hang on, thinking, this happened before. I was completely awake, but I wasn't completely awake. This has happened before, hasn't it? Yes. So I was like, and I had to wait until I woke up properly. I mean, I was awake until I could actually breathe. I mean, I was awake, but I wasn't awake. There's a thing, it's just between sleep and awake. It's a real thing. And it was terrifying. Anyway, I slept with the light on for the rest of the night. I woke up I actually didn't think I was going to go back to sleep, but I did, because you do. It passes. So this is terrifying, and I know it's happened. I've said it before. I know it's happened to Comic Hero, whatever is. Yeah, he said that that's happened to him as well. The old lady one specifically. But I've had a terrifying man, sort of an incubus, 2 hags, the same hag, and a ghost cat. And also, I mean, these are the only times this has happened to me. Apparently, though, it's happened to lots of other people. It's a common thing, especially the hag. It's like, why do people keep seeing this hag? It's bizarre. And actually, the Hmong people, apparently they see it a lot, and they actually blame that for a lot of young people dying from a couple of years ago, that they've been visited by this terrifying spirit and it's sucked the life out of them. Now, I'm not sure about that, but it is a bit weird that it happens all over the world. People see more or less the same thing. Although, I also thought that the man was there and the cat. so that's not a hag, but it's the same thing. Other things that have happened to me as well, though, although that's the only time they've happened to me, I used to wake up, if I'd slept funny, I used to sleep on a camp bed sometimes, and or just on the sofa. If you fall asleep on the sofa, if you're not falling asleep properly, if you're not waking up properly, and there was like green things coming at me, like alien probes or ghosts or little dogs in the corner, but they were sort of like green, a ghostly sort of livid green, just light thing, weird. And I sort of thought that was ghosts, and then I realised that it was probably a sleep disorder, or I've gone completely mad. No, it is a sleep disorder, and it hasn't happened for a while, but that is really scary too, because you are convinced for the first couple of seconds when you wake up, you are convinced that these things are actually happening. So I think this is an explanation, I've read about it, and it seems to be an explanation for people that think they've been abducted by aliens, or think that they've seen ghosts, or think that they've gone completely mad, or think that somebody's trying to kill them, or think spirits, evil spirits, are coming from hell to take them away. All of these things, but in actual fact, it's just because you're a little bit too tired and you're not sleeping properly. And it's a bit scary. So has that happened to anyone else? Let me know. Maybe we can talk through it. Have a support group of people that have had freaky scary things happening to them that they know aren't real but are still blooming terrifying. Really scary. Okay, well, I'm not going to fall asleep for a while after this, just in case, but I'll see you soon. Bye.